Sure.
Happening.
So how's mocap been? This is the first time you've done anything like this, you said.
I didn't know that I couldn't stretch my body in certain positions. You know what I mean? I learned that today. Other than that, it's been pretty cool.
Because I learned about mocap, I have a new respect for a cutscene.
Yeah, so I was saying, what did you know going in?
Very little. I knew they were going to put little dots on us and put on these skin-tight outfits. But I didn't realize the amount of detail that goes into it and the amount of work. Like, you know, you see it and you're just like, oh, it's just like some animation. But no, it's like a frame by frame. You're moving with things. Every position matters.
The bustling financial district here in Canada's largest city. We're coming to you from Toronto.
Here we go. Next game
It's
live.
NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Glad you could join us on this exciting Friday night matchup. Along with Steve Smith and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan.
Oh yeah, we
Right
were.
on the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. We'll be hearing from
We need a
shortly.
beer.
Got to take a look at the steal numbers over the last couple months. The scope of that for Young.
Defensively, he's really stepped it up over the past few months. You can see the jump in his steal numbers, and it hasn't been by accident. He's put in a ton of effort at the defensive end, and boy, is it paying off.
And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Well, the maturity and poise of a young Jason Tatum has often been talked about. Maybe that's because his parents prepared him for the NBA from an early age in St. Louis. They had pretend press conferences using a hairbrush as the microphone. You can say he's been groomed
Corona
for this.
time.
It's paying off, guys.
Yeah, they dotted every I and crossed every T. David, thank you. Steve, tonight we have a great matchup at the center spot. Talk about how that
Is that David Lee?
has evolved over the last couple of years.
I think because of the rules, Kevin, there's not a lot of space when guys are posting up because of the defensive rules right now. You can sit in a post guy's lap, especially if he's dominant. So I think guys, as they post
That's Diego's team.
I got to go out to the three-point line. I got to go out to the free throw line to be able to have some spacing to make shots.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Jason Tatum is out there with Tobias Harris. And it's Young.
This will be a good matchup. Diego's team's really
And it's
good.
George in at the 2 spot. And for Toronto, Kemba Walker is out there with Damian Lillard. Then it's Donovan Mitchell. Then it's Young. And it's Gobert in at the 5, down low.
When Gobert gets in deep, that's often your best option is to wrap him up and send him to the line.
And you look back at that 2013 draft, just call it the year of the sleeper Euro. Giannis Antetokounmpo taken 15th, and this guy, Rudy Gobert, selected with the 27th pick.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots. A free throw drops for Gobert. And, you know, Greg, hindsight always being 20/20. But Greek Freak and Gobert
Oh, Kemba.
first and second in that 2013 draft.
Yeah, and
Kemba.
Steven Adams probably top 4. The common thread,
Dame.
all of them play
Dame.
a hard-nosed style, not something that's always associated with foreign-born players, but they're erasing.
No, Dame and Kemba. Fed's on the block.
And the 7-foot Frenchman, Rudy Gobert, former defensive player of the year.
They call him the Stifle Tower. He's the anchor, the foundation of this team. He changes the complexion of the game when he occupies the paint.
Now here's Tatum. Pocket 6 over Mitchell, and there's the bucket from Tatum.
And with that length, Tatum able to rise above defenders to knock down his jumper.
Walker against Harris. Passes it to Mitchell. Here is Lillard beyond the arc. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
First quarter, just over a minute played. George passes to Tatum.
Alright guys, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this video if you enjoyed the
And
content.
that's good for 2. Tatum's got his second bucket of the night.
And Tatum, he can create space, he can shoot over people. Doesn't
No, not again. These down votes.
as transition.
George against Walker. Pass to Young. Three-pointer. No good.
Oh,
on the
fatty
shot.
daddy.
And the Celtics going the other way now. Right side George. It's stolen by Gobert. Lillard against Harris. On the arc. And Damian Lillard.
Jack has the 3-guard lineup.
Lillard's got 6.
That's one of the reasons Lillard is out there. He gives you that deep threat.
George dishes to Vucevic. To the paint. Here's Young. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time. Meeting right at the rim. He typically converts in those situations. Not this time.
And Kemba Walker is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Vucevic finds Tatum. George with the ball. Covered by Mitchell. Gobert against Vucevic. Just 5 to shoot. And the call will be against Thaddeus Young. That's his first foul. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. George looking over the floor. Shot clock at 6. And here's Harris from the arc. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
Whoa.
Outside Walker for 3. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor. And it's Harris with the ball for Boston. Trailing by 2. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free
Trae
throw.
Young.
Okay, incredible body control. The will to complete the play. Young with the potential and 1. We call it off the bus range. Trae Young can shoot.
Sam, what's the move for tomorrow? What stonks?
With confidence.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1. And that deep range opens up everything for Trae Young.
You have to take away his airspace, Kevin, as soon as he crosses midcourt. And with his tight handle, he punishes the defense when they apply pressure.
Now here is Harris, following the miss by Kemba Walker. Now Vucevic. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
He was really aggressive on the glass, too. He really racked up on the boards out there.
Now here is Harris. Gobert with
That's a
the
block.
With plays like that, Gobert can start to get in your head. He covers so much ground.
The Celtics making a switch here. Martin is checked in. Outside, Walker.
That sent Trae Young to the bench. He was so sad.
High, arcing shot. Rebounded by the Celtics.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
That's a block.
And the Raptors with some changes. Norman
Nicola
Powell
Millie,
checked in
drink.
for Walker. And it's Elfrid Payton in for Damian Lillard. And a change for the Celtics. Holiday's checked in. Barton against Payton. Here's Vucevic. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Here's the pass to Pop. Six to shoot. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. Here's George, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And stolen by Barton. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball. Well, you look at the career of Tobias Harris, and well, he's bounced around a bit. Has never slowed his development or production, though. You put him anywhere, and he'll find a way to help his team.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Montrezl Harrell comes in for Gobert. And it's Juan Hernangomez in for Donovan Mitchell.
What does that mean?
That's good from Harris. And with Harris, he's been moved so many times. You know what, Greg? You forget he's still quite young.
They go through 11 players in this.
He is just starting to enter what should be the prime of his career. Has improved every offseason and is a great rebounder and scorer.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto. Their last encounter was in Boston, where they were...
I'm in on Derek Carr now.
And they cruised to a big win in their last meeting, getting that opposing...
Texas should trade
out of the game
Deshaun Watson.
with foul trouble.
You can bet that was their game plan from the get-go. Don't be shocked if
Trubisky in the first for Watson.
as well.
Robert Covington's checked in for Boston.
You don't know
Well,
that.
was the Boston Celtics, their last game a loss to the Bucks in Milwaukee.
Yeah, bad.
Powell against Barton. They need this.
No.
The shot by Powell, no good. Celtics leading by 8. Here's Porter, and finished off by Porter.
Your defense sucks,
Big
dude.
early lead. They have taken charge of this game.
Play calling has been fantastic. They've been a step ahead of the defense since the opening tip.
Now here's Payton. And here is Powell. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. 4 on the shot clock. Lead away. No good from Hernangomez. And so it's Barton bringing it up for the Celtics. And Holiday, here we go. And the layup's good off the glass. And it's a 12-point Celtic lead.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Toronto calls timeout.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And it boils down to the question.
They turn those sliders up.
One team showing it, the other allowing itself to be bullied.
Jack sliders are at
Checked in
0.
for Toronto. Toronto's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter.
Elf has the ball here, don't worry.
Back to Payton.
That's old.
Feeds it to Hill. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night.
3 here.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game.
Pass to Porter.
If we get Foles, I'm going to lose it.
It's deflected.
I fucking hate Foles.
Pass to Powell.
He's trash.
To end the cold streak. And it's rebounded by Covington.
And at a certain
He's
point,
garbage.
you just
Dalton
have
will
to
be
look
garbage.
to someone else to score for you.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock.
I'd rather watch Jameis Winston. At least it'd be just like a wild card.
from deep three-point range.
A mobile defender. Deadman's instincts matching up with his athleticism. Looks good right there.
And so it's
Andrew Luck will come on
up by a
retirement.
dozen here at the end of the quarter. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. And we'll be back with you shortly. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He describes what inspired him to come back even stronger.
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with stroke, her dealing with really being down and out. You know, I saw her fight back. That was enough for me. In my darkest days, I knew it was nothing to what my mom went through, and she came out perfectly fine, so.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
You too. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And for the Celtics here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter to play. So for Toronto right now, Peyton is out there with Norman Powell. Then it's Montrezl Harrell. Then it's Dwayne Dedmon. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the small forward position. The first one falls. And out of UCLA, Norman Powell.
McDonald's is takeout only.
Combo gone. Said he modeled his game after Russell Westbrook.
McDonald's is takeout only.
He's gifted physically as well. A 6'11" wingspan, a 40-inch vertical
I just
leap.
got a deep dish
He's
pizza
more of a
today.
two-guard in my opinion, and he's off to a strong start in his young career.
He hits both from the start.
Yep.
Opening day, Steve, for some teams it's a fresh start, and for others it's the first step towards settling unfinished business, taking care of what they didn't do the previous season.
Yeah, you're
It's
right,
from this
Kevin. I
Chicago
think those
style
teams that
pizza
came
joint.
very close to maybe winning the championship or being there.
Drew
Those are
Holiday.
the guys that are hungry. Those are the organizations. They are chomping at the bit to start the season.
Now, Hernan Gomez following Drew Holiday's three-point attempt, and the foul on Drew Holiday.
Should I change the camera?
It'll be his second foul of the game.
His second foul in as many quarters. We'll see if he backs off or stays aggressive.
And Toronto making a change.
You guys want to watch it in first person, though?
Harrell kicks the foul.
Which one is it? I want like right in his face. This is the best you can do. No, zoom 0 that takes you out. Hey, we're doing this.
Lillard, the pass to Harrell.
Oh, it's locked only on Dame.
That one off the back iron.
I don't want that. Here.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
And his rhythm, it's been way off. The goal now might be to get him something easy at the rim so he can just see the ball go in through the net, and that helps.
The Raptors' Nick Nurse winning an NBA title in his first season. Greg is an NBA head coach.
The first time a head coach who'd also helmed a team in a foreign league has won it. Nurse
Same as chicken tendies do.
Fondly on those days coaching in Europe, and this summer he was entrusted with coaching the Canadian national team at the FIBA World Cup.
Take a break. 2 shots.
Jeez, when'd you get out?
The free throw drops for foul. Young's
I waited too long.
Walker comes in for Milton. And a change for the Celtics. Jason Tatum, he's checked in for Porter. He's perfect from the line this time.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Young against Howard.
I missed out on like an extra 300. I just didn't time it right.
Tatum on the wing. Lets it go from deep. Hits the three-point bomb.
Well, yeah, now I don't know.
A patient player. Tatum fine with taking what the defense gives him.
Now, here's Walker. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Hangs home the try.
Yeah, I don't know.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays.
Trump said today he's going to let it just happen.
Do we see this these days? Clubs answering each
During his presser, he's like, the market's going to let the market figure itself out. We just got to figure out this corona stuff.
Outside Covington.
You fuck. You should have invested like last week.
The shot comes out, and Toronto will go the other way with it.
You think we're at bottom?
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by.
Yeah.
Walker against Brooks. Shoots.
Take out some of your savings and buy the blue chip.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotation.
Yeah.
But it's worth it. That's a well-timed, well-coordinated play. Comes right off the pick for the lay-in.
Here's Lillard. He's got 6. Latrey.
Starbucks.
It's rebounded by Tice. Tice has got his 5th rebound in this one. Holiday looking over the floor.
You can make $500 a month, easy.
Pass to Covington. From deep. And it's Toronto with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, for Nick Vucevic, there were some great firsts last season. His son
Or trading
was
options.
born in December. And then Dad made his first All-Star appearance. Nick is from a basketball family. He said, "I'll enjoy telling my son the stories, like my dad did with me. We'll see if he likes the game of basketball." I think he will. Kevin?
DA, it's certainly in his genes. Thanks for that report. Now here's Powell. Another miss. He is 6th of the night after 6 shot attempts.
You want to talk about ugly? This team is losing, partly because he hasn't drained a shot all night.
And how about Tatum there, using his muscle, easily absorbing the contact and still able to knock down the shot.
Guys, you talk about players coming in and with a huge impact. Jason Tatum showed he was more than ready to be an NBA star.
Where do you see a player as polished and as impactful as Tatum? Step right in to be one of the top players on a top team with Boston. Fits their system perfectly, and really the sky is the limit for that young man.
Sometimes, Smitty, you see someone make a pass and wonder, how did he even see that guy? I mean, it's amazing to me.
Yeah, I think Chris Paul leads that list. I think from a big Jokic, Trae Young is a young guy, Ben Simmons, Doncic, those guys see the floor extremely well.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead. From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Raptors trail by 13. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Pass to Walker. And again, Toronto no up.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Tries to keep it alive. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession.
Now a chance to see the numbers for George. Great showing for him last season. He put in about 28 points per, 8 rebounds, and just over 2 steals. And to have a knockdown shooter like that coming off the bench, a great asset for any coach.
For sure, things can get stagnant without that spark plug. He always seems to supply points for them in bunches. Coming off a scoreless first quarter, he's found a little rhythm here.
You get X amount of day trades per week.
Paxton coming off the assist from Young. George has got the lead up to 13 now for the Celtics. Payton passes to Mitchell. Back to Payton. Gobert down low. Vucevic on him. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
In his rookie season, a rough start.
They're risky. I mean, calls and puts are very risky.
Came on down the stretch in a big way.
And some new records for Trae Young.
Oh, it's consistently hitting the shitter.
25 points and 15 assists.
So I knew that was coming like 2 weeks ago, and then we've been riding gay bear tendies.
3 consecutive 35 points.
2 weeks.
The others, Bernard King, Michael Jordan, and Allen Iverson. That's the company you want to be in.
Yeah.
That free throw missing. And for a team schedule that includes 4 games and 5 nights, sports writers have introduced the term schedule losses due to fatigue. I just don't think that's very good, but it's the reality right now.
Yeah, it is. And sometimes, Kevin, you know these games, you travel a lot. Your legs are just done, and that's when you have to rely on a total team, play more guys. But it happens. You can't get out of this quicksand. You're going to have those type of losses.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive. How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Here's Melton. No points in the game yet for him. There's the pass to Mitchell. Payton outside. For the 3. Kept alive. Passes it to Melton. The second chance effort. That one good for 2. Melton's got his first 2 points. The Celtics on offense. They're on a 12-4 run.
Well, I'm sure your savings account's dog shit too, the .01 or whatever.
And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. And a look now at the Boston Celtics' upcoming schedule. On Friday,
we do now.
John Wall and the Washington Wizards. Then on Sunday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Chicago Bulls. So the Celtics called timeout. They're first.
I'm up $2,000 last week.
To seize every advantage, maximize.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fucking do it while we're at home, and then eventually just buy all the blue chip.
Flexible. You have to be able to adjust what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, get that done first.
He's checked in for the Raptors. Hernan Gomez comes in for Milton. And then for Boston, Michael Porter comes in for Brown. And it's Will Barton in for Young. Now here is Harris. 6 on the shot clock. Good. Harris has got 5 points so far.
They're doing a really
Yeah, I have a savings, it's 1.7, a 401k, a stock plan through work, and then Robinhood.
completely dominated.
It's like 5 avenues.
Pass to Mitchell. Rebound, Boston.
What you need to do, take all your money and buy Ford puts.
Here we go. Makes it off the glass. 8 points for him.
Yes, throw it all in the Doge. I did that once and it was scary.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. To the middle and stolen by Barton.
Well, you can. People do that. They buy Robinhood Gold and they'll give you credit.
Got 3 assists tonight.
I will say this about his shooting stroke. It's pure when he's got it going.
That's how people get.
Perfect so far.
That's how people get fucked on Wall Street bets. They take out, like, they sign up for Robinhood Gold and they get like a $5,000 credit, and they put it all into a put or a call, and then it goes terribly wrong, and then they lose $100,000 in the hole, and then they have to. They're like, how do I delete the app? Can I leave the country? Like, the Reddit is so funny.
All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Coach, you're in a good position here at the break. What do you tell your team to make sure they don't let up?
Well, I don't think it's about letting up or playing better.
So when people that buy puts a lot, they're called the gay bear army.
And we talked about it
because they're just like gay and they're just rooting for the stock market to suck.
Change no matter what the score is.
And then there's the bowl game and they're hoping for it to rebound. Bowl game.
Thanks very much, Coach.
And then tendies is when you got money in the oven.
Back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a
And then there's retards and then the guys that need to delete the app.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway.
Oh, that's another thing too. You're autistic if you hold too long and your option goes to shit because you didn't take your money.
Out in front of the half is Boston. They are in blowout territory, leading by 20.
It made 0 sense for the first like 3 days I read it. I was like, I have to figure out this terminology.
Has been dead, constantly attacking the basket.
I've only done it for 2 weeks trading options. I just like watched a 1.5 hour YouTube tutorial and like just started doing some research.
In the second half, it's going to be another paint-based attack.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on Toronto?
Ernie, I don't use this word a lot because, one, I can't spell it, but it was definitely a strong arm.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
Gort.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find
See
out
a chug, take a chug.
pretty different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. Without question.
See a chug, take a chug. Z.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first
See a chug,
half.
take a chug.
Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
Second half underway. Here's who Brad Stevens got on the floor. They've got Harris. Paul George is out there with Trae Young. Then it's Tatum, and it's Vucevic in at the 5 spot. That one goes. Count it. Mitchell's got the first basket of the second half. That one for the Raptors.
Your shit's quiet tonight.
Here's Young. Sweet little floater. And the Celtics lead by 20.
Pretty much all of
Yeah,
their
Jack's team's got no
focus
defense.
coming from inside the paint now.
Here's Walker. And Boston with the rebound. Vucevic has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Well, they say the post-up big man is dead and gone in the NBA, but don't tell that to Nikola Vucevic. An offensive focal point, and he does some of his best work on that low block.
For Boston, they have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3.
And as a team, excellent. A season ago, about 80%.
On Wall Street's bets too, they'll do like parody videos.
Take a break. 2 shots.
Yeah, those are hilarious.
And he makes the first. And you look at the footwork of Vucevic inside, his moves and counter moves. Terrific.
Shades of Kevin McHale. Yeah, that's something he's continued to develop.
Yeah, right now I'm Bear Gang, but I might have to go to bowl game here soon if we hit the bottom.
Pass him athletically.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Slowly but surely, Harris continues to elevate his game. The shooting, the playmaking, the ability
It's picking
to
up my
make
audio over there, the mics. So to do it with 2K, they mute the audio for the game you stream. So I had to like put my mic against the TV
An easy miss or two.
and turn my TV up.
Right side, you got a great look. It's a play that you might want to go back to again.
Young's shot is off.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, after 5 years as an assistant in Toronto last season,
No, people make absurd amounts of money, especially during this crash. Someone made like $450,000 today.
Franchise's first NBA championship. Nurse has been at this for 3 decades. He got his first head coaching position at the
Yeah, I mean, this is what they're doing. They're throwing 100K at it, YOLOing it, and they hit. It's pretty predictable right now.
Abroad, guiding 15 teams in 5 different countries. After winning it all last year, Kevin,
it'll never be more predictable than right now, though.
David sure has a long and winding journey. Thank you. Here's Lillard. The rebound by the Celtics.
Offensively, that's how you want to end the possession, except for the result.
Out to Harris. The Celtics working the ball around now. From past the arc, drills it from outside.
The team's getting fucked.
Harris has got 5 points now this quarter.
Inconsistent from range when he first entered the league. Tobias has turned that completely around.
Lillard, the pass to Mitchell.
I forgot about your team.
Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Down low. That's good from Harris on the assist by George. Harris has got 12 points in the game.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
And Damian Lillard with the jam.
And they are very comfortable running their offense through Walker. And you can see why. Drops a sick dime right there. That pass was right on the money.
Young dishes to Tatum. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
I'm impressed with their intensity tonight. They came in focused and they've executed.
And the Raptors took some heat for parting ways with reigning Coach of the Year Dwayne Casey. But his successor, Nick Nurse, guided this franchise to an NBA title.
Tremendous self-belief and determination. The only NBA head coach who was also a head coach in college, the G League, and overseas. He's been prepared for this for a long time.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position,
Take a break.
if
Take a break.
not the best.
2 shots.
First one, you look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
And George drops them both.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Now Powell. Raptors need to get a shot. And he's good on the 3-ball.
All you need is 10 Ds.
Yeah, that's a great shot. Third 3 of the game for him, first in this half.
George passes to Tice. Back to George. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
Yeah, and the mid-range jumper really right in George's comfort zone. When he isn't blowing by guys and finishing at the rim, he's knocking that
Paul
one
George,
down.
6 for 6.
A Floats one up. Shot's good by Walker. Walker's got 9.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants.
Here's George. And it's Melly with the rebound. And so Lillard will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home.
And there's no doubt that Lillard is a pure scorer. But it's good to see him focus on his passing, wanting to make his teammates better.
Powell against Charlotte. Has contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And how about capitalizing there in close? Saric has the touch to take advantage from just about anywhere.
All right, so we're making trades.
Chance at the line here.
And worth mentioning, guys, the free throw percentage he brought in from last season. How about 88%?
Here's what Toronto's doing with right now. Harrell, he's checked in for Noel. Hernan Gomez comes in for Walker. And it's Peyton in for Damian Lillard. And that one falls from Saric. Well, Smitty, the game is evolving. We know that. New moves and techniques developed. Talk about some that have grown in popularity since the time of your retirement to now.
You know, the step back is one, and then also the step back is one. The Euro step, and I think also guys right now being able to launch their bodies into guys.
I was on Robin Hood before you.
But that's how guys are playing. Because you can't hand check, guys are throwing their body into the defender on the move even more.
Peyton against Saric. Pass to Pop. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last.
I did. I made a lot of money this week.
Looking now at some numbers from Montrezl Harrell. Good season for him last year. 5th in field goal.
I played a lot of the T picks, though. It wasn't all 4.
Top 20 in that category last season. Great timing and challenges at the rim.
And yeah, he's one of the most efficient scorers in the league.
No income tax.
Without the ball, avoids taking the bad shots. That's why he was top 5 in field goal percentage last year.
A for effort, but when there's that much resistance at the rim, better find another option.
1:15 left to play in the third. The pass to Powell. Toronto working the ball around now. The jump hook, and it goes down 2 points.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Porter against Harrell. Yes, that goes in. And it's 6 points for Michael Porter.
And after really leaning on that 3-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Peyton kicks to Powell. It's deflected.
And you can't be careless around Saric. When he's on you, he is looking to send that one back.
Wayne Dedmon's checked in for the Raptors. DeAnthony Melton comes in for Norman Powell. Brooks checked in for Boston. There's 38 seconds left in the third. Just 5 on the clock. And it's good for 2. And Gomez has got his first 2 points of the night. The Celtics have gone 8 of 13 on shot attempts to begin the second half. Outside Holiday. Out to Brooks. Outside Holiday. They shoot again. Porter dishes to Saric. On the wing, Holiday. Over Hernan Gomez. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Boston, holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We'll return shortly. Now let's listen into the huddle of Brad Stevens.
First things first down there, we're getting great looks. We've had back cuts that have been open. You guys have cut them, gotten good looks. Keep shooting with great authority.
Well, he's absolutely loving the offensive execution.
Coach Stevens is really motivating this group right now. The offense looks like a well-oiled machine.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Dwayne Dedmon is out there with Harrell. Then there's Elfrid Payton, and it's Hernan Gomez in at the 3. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. The Raptors shooting just 33%, struggling to get good looks.
I'm back. Fear Dad.
Here's Melton. Smitty, for players, social media can build their brands and they can engage their fans.
Yes, Sam did help me make 1,000.
Yes, it is, Kevin. I mean, it's a fantastic tool, like you said, for endorsement and bringing those fans into your home or into your life. But the downside, people can see some things they don't want to see, and also you can regret posting a lot of things.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, sometimes people do regret hitting that.
No, he's bad at it.
So you got to be careful. You're right.
Mike Salamoni's a finance major, but he's just so bad at
Here's Brooks.
making his choices.
Rebound by Harrell.
I made 500 and I Novo.
Passes to Melton. Back to Hernan Gomez. Harrell against Porter.
Yeah, that pumped like 18.
Here's Melton. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
That's a well-timed, well-coordinated play. Comes right off the.
That's him though. He does that with everything.
Brown outside. Porter against Harrell. Outside Porter.
Oh, it's bad.
That's good. He's 5 for 9.
A much different player here in the second half. He's taking advantage of what the defense allows.
Here's Melton. He's covered by Brown. Heat. Got a hand on it. Porter looking it over. And the layup is good.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Yeah.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Melton passes to Harrell.
And wow, you just have to love the motor on Montrezl Harrell when he's on the floor. Great on the glass, and he just plays with such a fire.
Kicking the can down the road. Yeah, he's blowing his load.
The first free throw is good.
What I appreciate about Harrell is how hard he's worked on his skill set. The jumper, the post moves, and the passing.
Noel's checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. Boston also with the sub. Daniel Tice is checked in for Will Barton.
Yeah.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. And so
Brown
will bring it up for the Celtics.
His one on Friday was terrible.
To face them after this game. That game is the first.
Just had every CEO saying, "Hey, we're helping."
Brooks outside. Hernan Gomez against Porter. From deep three-point range, rebound by the Raptors.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
You know, we're seeing players move further and further back to create space. But
so it's actually a nasal swab, right?
It's stolen by
yeah, that's crazy.
Brooks against Hernan Gomez. Basket good. Brooks has got his first bucket of the night. In Toronto, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started.
It's a painless cheek swab.
And here is Payton. And it's denied. And they get it back.
You guys play with Harrell's level of energy, and that gets him to the line with some frequency.
Steve, it seems like criticism of NBA officials is reaching a very interesting level. We see players, coaches, and now even executives confronting these officials over their calls.
You know, we love the word transparency, but I think also for these referees, because of technology as well, we're seeing these players from so many different angles, and all we want to talk about if we're coaches and executives and players are the plays they miss. And I think that's what we're, putting too much energy in.
Trae Young, he's checked in for Boston.
Doesn't it take like 2 to 4 years to actually implement a vaccine, though? Or like get it approved?
And both free throws good for Harrell. Boston's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Tice passes to Brown. Young outside. Shot clock at 5. And that one barely misses as he draws contact. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Nerlens Noel.
Yeah.
Let's look at Trae Young's shot chart. He goes inside more than people mention.
Shooting 2. And the first one at the line is good.
Some players drift in and out of the action. Trae, he's always right in the middle of things.
And the Raptors with some changes. Young comes in for Harrell. And Norman Powell subbed in for Elfrid Payton. And so Young nails them both. You know, Steve, the business part of the NBA, very strong. But Commissioner Silver doesn't want to be complacent either.
No, he doesn't. He's always been forward-thinking. They're doing a good job of being proactive. They're doing a good job of just throwing out ideas. And what I love the most, Kevin, working with the Players Association.
I'm with you. For Boston, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Drills the three-pointer.
This is how you compensate for being 6'2". Trae Young sets his feet and gets it off quickly.
Here's Melton. Pass to Powell. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Well, I think that's sway you, Zach.
Here in the second. A lot more effort to get the ball inside, and it's starting to pay dividends.
The Celtics have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Sharge outside. Dishes it to Young. Fires the 3. He can't get that one to fall. And Toronto will go the other way with it.
That's why Trump's going to win.
Here's Melton. He's covered by Brown. Melton feeling it out a bit. Powell inside. Covered by Sharge. It's good.
The tenacity on that interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will to second chance point.
Young with the ball. Brooks outside. And it's Norman Powell with the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Steve, how do you feel about the top college players getting some sort of compensation for their work?
You know, I don't know about top college players, Kevin. I think if you're going to do it, it has to be all college players because it's a team. And I think if you look at it, some of the ways I would love to see it, if those guys can get health insurance benefits, if they can get a longer time to finish their education. I love that type of compensation.
Sharge against Hernan Gomez. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Sharge. 2 shots. Free throw good, Hernan Gomez. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. 1:35 left in the fourth.
Can't fault the play call. Even though he couldn't convert, that's a good shot.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gouty win for the Celtics.
Tonight, they did a great job of getting everyone involved. They had the good passing, and that led to some open shots.
Solid play, definitely, Kevin.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight.
That debate last night was ridiculous.
What was impressive to me, it felt like he made an impact in so many areas. Some of the effort won't show up in the stats.
They were just like fact-checking each other the whole time.
Here's the floater. Oh, that's good.
And you gotta like that they found something positive here, something that maybe carry overs into the next game.
They put together some great possessions here at the end. It's a shame they could have used this run much earlier.
Young outside. And the rejection.
It's a block, drink.
It's Powell on the wing. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the
Not
game
Jay.
clock. It's stolen by Brown. Now, here is Young. And so it's busted.
I think I'm playing Apex with the boys.
This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about break, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And now we'll see. All right, David.
Jack, I'll play you
so
in
much. And that about wraps it up. We're great.